Hey there, New Life. As you can tell by the title of this video, somebody at our church has tested positive for COVID, and I want to say up front that that person is me, and that's why I'm recording this video, to show you that I'm doing all right. And so far things have been very minor for me. I want to tell you a little bit of what's led to this point and where we're going forward as a church. Saturday, Noelle started exhibiting some symptoms that we just chalked it up to her having a cold. We've been playing outside and been out in the cold weather, and so with her having a runny nose and some congestion and a little bit of a cough, we didn't really think much of it. And then Sunday night, I developed a headache for maybe 30 minutes. It wasn't much of a headache at all, but I just made a mental note of that. Woke up Monday morning with a little bit of a sore throat. It just felt like our room was a little bit dry. It was kind of that sort of sore throat. It didn't go away when I drank water though, and so it kind of lingered, and so we're like, I think I need to go get tested just to be sure with all these red flags. I wanted to make sure my daughter was okay before she goes to school and does trick-or-treating this weekend. I wanted to make sure that I was okay and that I wasn't spreading to our church and to the part-time work that I do. I didn't want to make sure I wasn't going to be spreading there. And so got tested on Monday, got the results yesterday, and it turns out that I am positive. And because my symptoms have been so minimal, I've heard of false positives. Not that I've bought into the conspiracy theories or anything, but I have heard of false positives, so I wanted to be sure. So I went and got tested again yesterday. Have not heard yet back on that, but I will by the weekend. But we're operating under the assumption that it was a true positive, and we're doing what we need to stop the spread. At this point, I'm doing fine. Like I said, the symptoms have been minimal. Just the sore throat at night. Had a little bit of a lingering headache, more so than past couple of days last night, but that's been it. And so kids have been fine. Noelle still has a cough, but that's been curbed by some medication, some cough medication she's been taking. Judah's doing fine. And Leslie hasn't been showing any symptoms either. And so I'm doing what I can in the house. I'm actually wearing a mask around the house, knowing that I'm contagious, and the kids, everybody may be contagious at this point anyway, but doing what I can to help in our family. And certainly we're not leaving this house for the next 2 weeks either. I've contacted everybody that was in service the past couple of weeks, and I'm under the understanding that only people who have been in close proximity to me will need to quarantine, and so that's nobody in our church because of the masks and the social distancing and all of that. We've been following the parameters so that nobody will need to quarantine. That's my understanding. I have yet to talk to the Department of Health, and so they'll have a better word on that and what needs to happen. But for the next 2 weeks, with us being quarantined and remaining positive, then we're not going to be meeting as a church. So November 1st, November 8th, both will be online, assuming our health remains intact, and we'll be able to record messages and stuff like that and get them online. And then our board will be meeting on November 10th, and we'll come back with an answer as to what we're doing going forward. We stand by what we've been doing. We knew that there was a chance that somebody could test positive within our church, and we knew that we needed to take the measures that we were taking, and we stand by those, and we believe that those will have helped stop the spread of this case, and we're prayerful that will be the case. But we still want to reevaluate and just ask the question as a leadership team, and so we'll have an answer for you what we're gonna do going forward after that meeting on the 10th. Other than that, personally, like I said, family's doing fine. This has been eye-opening for me because my symptoms have been so minimal. A year ago, I wouldn't have thought anything of it, and if it weren't for Noelle having a cough, and if it weren't for the work that I do, both for the church and my part-time work, I wouldn't have thought anything of the symptoms. I haven't even taken any medication for them. So it's been very minimal, but I say all that to say that I don't take the disease lightly. I say all that to reaffirm what I've believed, that what's minimal for me is potentially life-threatening for somebody else. And that's concerning for me and eye-opening for me, that there's probably people walking around without knowing that they're carrying. They just have a sore throat at night, and they don't think anything of it. And so I believe what we're doing as a society to keep people safe is good, with the masks and distancing and all that. And that's just been reaffirmed in me. And I don't mean to cause fear and be like, oh, I've had a little tickle in my throat, then I may have it. You do your due diligence and get tested when you feel you need to. But I just wanted you to hear my heart that it's been eye-opening in that sense. And so pray for us, pray for me, pray for our family, and please let us know how we can pray for you, especially if you've been in the services and you're showing symptoms. We want to know that. But in the meantime, also pray for us as we're going to be locked in our house for 2 weeks. We know that that's the least of people's worries, and certainly don't mean to make light of the people who have had to go in the hospital with this disease. But there is that side of it, being stuck, cooped up with our kids for 2 weeks yet again, and that's kind of daunting, but that's just a personal note there. So, that's all I have. You're up to speed. We're going to be online this Sunday and next, and we'll let you know what we're doing going forward after that. Hope you're well. I hope you take care, and we'll see you soon.